Hey, what's going on, y'all? This your boy Jay Sewell. All right, man. I want to respond to something, a video I seen a few days ago. I don't know if this person was referring to me, but just in case you were, here's my response. All right, man. In regards to Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Now, Triple G is 33 years old. Once again, I say that. How many times do I have to explain this to you? What has he done at 33 years old, man? What legendary fights is he tied to? What's his best fight? What is his criteria? What is his resume? What has he done at 33? Who has he fought? Exactly. What Hall of Fame fighter to this point has this guy fought? Nobody. Okay? And what do you mean I can't compare him to Marvin Hagner or past middleweights? You do it with Floyd. You always comparing Floyd to past fighters or past welterweights. What makes Triple G special? Answer that question. You sit up here sitting up saying that people think they know boxing and they really don't. Well, do you know boxing? Do you know how boxing works? Like I said, what makes you become a Hall of Famer in boxing or a legend is the people you fought. It don't matter to a certain degree when you fought them. It matters that you fought them. Okay? Because sometimes to a certain degree, age, you know what I'm saying, can be bullshit. You know what I'm saying? When Floyd fought Sugar Shane Mosley, he had came off a great victory towards Margarito. You know, Margarito, the dude that everybody say that Floyd allegedly ducked, which I don't think he ducked Margarito. You know what I'm saying? When he fought Canelo, Canelo was the hottest up and coming boxer out there. A lot of people thought that Canelo should have been the favorite against Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? But then again, this really ain't about Floyd. I ain't gonna go into this Floyd shit, man. Because like I said, anybody that try to critique Floyd's resume and try to say that he ain't fought nobody, you already a liar. You know what I'm saying? Floyd only fought, I think, two people in his whole career that had double digit losses. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So let's just cut the shit about Floyd. Now, let's talk about Marvin Hagner versus Triple G. Marvin Hagner fought everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so did Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins went on to move up two weight classes. You know what I'm saying? Where Triple G won't move up one, or he's not willing to, or he willing to move up according to him for certain people, but not for certain people. Triple G put himself in this position when he opened his big mouth. Who was the one that said we're willing to fight anybody from 154 to 175, then changed it to 168? We're willing to fight Andre Ward. That came out of his motherfucking mouth. Now, you may not give a fuck about him fighting Andre Ward, but most of us do. You ain't finna just take the back door to being pound for pound without fighting somebody. And I hear these clowns sitting up saying, well, nobody wants to fight Triple G. Nah, that's not true. You know, you claiming that Canelo is ducking you. You know what I'm saying? But Larry has said he's willing to fight you. Larry has a big name. People know who Lara is. They try to pretend they don't, but he does. So what's the difference between you know what I'm saying, waiting on Canelo and not fighting Lara? You could fight Lara and then fight Canelo. What's stopping you from making that fight? Nothing. What's stopping you from going up and fighting DeGale? Nothing. And that comment about they don't have to, you feel they don't have to move up till they conquered the weight class they in, okay? They don't have to fight until they conquer the weight class or they can't make weight no more. Okay, well then, why do you say Floyd should move up to fight Triple G? Okay, that doesn't make any kind of sense. Well, if that's the case, why can't Triple G move up? Why can't he move up and then move back down? Other people have done it. Adrian Broner moved up 2 weight classes to fight Maidana. He didn't win. And Paul Williams moved up a couple of weight classes, when he felt like people was ducking him, you know. Now it's funny how people, a lot of these buffoons and a lot of these idiots get on here and accuse Floyd of trying to protect this open. Ain't Triple G doing the same motherfucking thing? You know, his fans love to protect him, you know. But we know the real reason why he won't fight Andre Ward, because we know Andre Ward will dust his ass. It'll be a one-sided fight. But then his fans want to sell us the delusion that he's the most feared fighter ever, and that's bullshit. I mean, you had a 50-year-old man in Bernard Hopkins calling him out, and he didn't want to take that fight. Like I said, you can't sit up here and say uh, everybody's ducking you, but when people call your name, then all of a sudden you say they ain't a big enough name for you. But then you continue to fight guys like Willie Monroe Jr., Curtis Stevens, and Dama, overrated Lemieux. But then you think everybody supposed to acknowledge you and recognize you. It don't work like that. I mean, you can't have it both ways. And that's just real talk. You can't say one dude should be compared to past legends, but you could compare another dude. That doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. You saying that I can't compare him to Marvin Hagner in past middleweights, but then you constantly ragging on Floyd, comparing him to past fighters. Nah, so that staying in one weight class until you conquered it, that's total bullshit. It's about legacy. It's about establishing yourself. Everybody love to say that certain fighters are protecting AO, or saying Floyd protecting AO, but Triple G is doing the same goddamn thing. Why not move up and take a tough fight? Because nothing's stopping you from fighting DeGale. Then I don't want to hear that shit about purse bids and HBO getting in the way. If you really want that fight to happen, you'll make it happen. But stop saying that people ain't big enough names for you when you continue to fight the guys that's on your resume. What makes you a motherfucking boxing legend is your competition. The dudes who you beat and the dude that you beat who they beat. That's what makes you a motherfucking legend. Not just knocking out 18 B and C level fighters in a row. That don't mean shit. Don't mean jack shit. What motherfucking legendary fight is he tied to? What's his most toughest legendary fight. What Hall of Famer has he fought thus far at age 34? Answer that question. Oh, I'll answer it for you. Nobody. What has he done in the last 10 years? He should be well established. How is it that 25-year-old Canelo Alvarez is more established than 33-year-old Triple G? At this point, Canelo is headed to the Boxing Hall of Fame before Triple G is. Canelo has plenty of time. At 34, you sort of like at your peak. You start to fade out unless you just that dude. Now, Bernard and Floyd were able to fight very well past 34, but most guys didn't. Ali sort of started to fade after after like 32. He started to struggle. And Triple G ain't the fastest guy in the world. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take that into consideration. What is the dude's legacy at this point? Absolutely nothing. The man ain't did jack shit. But then his belligerent, dumbass fans want us to just acknowledge him. But then they always was shitting on Floyd Mayweather, who's way more established than Triple G. That's just real talk, man. You can't dispute that, man. It's facts. Tell the dude to fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Tell the dude to sacrifice his O. Because it sure seems to me that him and his fans is trying to protect his O. But you know what I'm saying? Enough of that shit. I didn't went on too long. I'm out.